Hey, wonderful students. Next up is 1.3. So 1.3, we're going to talk about pay periods. For those that are working, you get paychecks on certain intervals, right? Like some of you get paid every week, some get paid every 2 weeks, sometimes it's every month. I had a job a few years back right before I got into teaching where I would get paid once a month, and that was really tough. You know, my paycheck was bigger because it was paying me for basically 30 days, right? All in one check, but I found it really difficult to budget money because I would get paid and then I wouldn't get paid again for 30 more days. So, you know, your instinct is to just spend that money when you get it. But I had to really be good with budgeting and save that up so that I wasn't running out of money, you know, after 2 weeks, because it was going to be another 2 weeks after that before I got paid again. So that's what we'll talk about today. And the math today is pretty simple. It's just multiplying by one number or dividing by one number. But the key is really getting the accurate information on this first page with our definitions, or not on the objective page, but on the next page that you'll see. So be able to calculate a paycheck amount and an annual salary using these different, what we're calling pay periods. So we'll focus on monthly, semi-monthly, bi-weekly, and weekly. So a couple definitions, we've talked about these. So salary is the amount of money that you make in 1 year. Set means it's a set amount, right? Like if you have a salary of $50,000, you're going to get paid $50,000 in that year, right? All your paychecks will add up to be that $50,000. You're going to be required to work so many hours because, you know, if you're not showing up to work, you might get fired, but you're not going to have to tally up those hours and divide it out to figure out how much you're going to get paid like we did with the hourly workers. This is a set amount per year, like I think we talked about how teachers get paid. So a pay period is simply how often you receive your paychecks. And these are the most common. Monthly, one paycheck per month. So number of pay periods in 1 year is going to be 12 because we have 12 months in a year, right? Most of the time it's consistent, like you'd get paid the 1st of every month or the 15th of every month. Semi-monthly. So semi means half. So this means you're getting paid every half of a month, which means 2 times per month, right? Unlike maybe the 15th and the 30th. So you're going to get 2 paychecks per month. And that means in 1 year, you're making 2 paychecks a month, multiply that by 12 months, you get 24 paychecks in a year. So you could have 2 employees that both make $50,000. One of them could get paid monthly. The other one could be semi-monthly. The semi-monthly is going to get twice as many paychecks, but each one is going to be half as much. So just because you get more paychecks doesn't mean you're going to end up getting more money. You're just splitting your salary up in more paychecks, so it's getting spread out more. Each check is going to be less, but at the end of the day, it's going to be the same amount of money. Bi-weekly is really similar to semi-monthly, but it is not quite the same. Even though it's not exact, we consider there to be 52 weeks in a year. I think it's really like 52 and then an extra 2 or 3 days. But just for ease of calculations, we say 52 weeks. So bi-weekly is every 2 weeks. Bi means 2. So in 1 year, it'll be 26 paychecks, or 26 pay periods. We take the 52 weeks in a full year, divide it by 2, and that gets us our 26 paychecks. So if we have 52 weeks in a year, then weekly would mean we'd get 52 paychecks, right? Once every week. So when we talk about the amount of pay, this means like the amount of your paycheck. So if you're getting paid weekly, it means how much is your weekly pay when we say the amount of pay. So the amount of your pay or of your paycheck, you're going to take your salary and divide it by the number of pay periods. So the numbers from the first page of the notes, either 12, 24, 26, or 52 is what you're going to be dividing by, depending on the pay period. So Sarah, in example 1 here, she gets $28,647 per year. She gets paid bi-weekly. what's the amount of the paycheck? So you can see we're dividing by 26. That's because biweekly means 26 paychecks. And when we divide this out, we get 1,100 and $1. So 1101. And I think rounding, it's 807. So that would be 81 cents. So that's every paycheck. I'm going to let you guys try example 2. Same idea, except this is weekly. So make sure you're using the weekly number. That should be dividing by 52 on that one. So we can go the other direction as well. If we know the amount of your paycheck and we know how many pay periods, we can calculate the annual salary. So we're going to be multiplying on this one. So we take the paycheck amount, multiply by the number of pay periods, and we can figure out someone's salary just from one paycheck, which is pretty cool. So Norma is a teacher. She gets a semi-monthly paycheck of $872. We want to find her annual salary. Well, semi-monthly, if I look back at the front page, that means 24 paychecks in a year. So I can take this number, multiply it by 24, and that will give me the annual salary. So for this one, it's going to be $21,031. So 21,031.68. I don't need to round on this one. And let's see, the last example, I'm going to let you guys try that one. Same process. Make sure you use the correct numbers. Thanks, guys.